So the method we use to set up and take down all of our elements is what we call a lazy line, which is basically this P cord, parachute cord, tied to the rope in such a way that it is easily pulled through the pulleys, and we can just tie the parachute cord off to the tree, a tree staple in the tree, so it's stored out of the way, and it's really easy to get the rope up then. The way you would do this is, if we're setting up, taking it down is the same thing. Take the P cord and you're going to make a clove hitch. So for a clove hitch, the way I tie this is, do right on top of left, make a loop, right on top of left, make a loop, second one behind the first one, and then slide that onto your rope. So that's a hitch. You just tighten it, and pulling on that is what's going to make it tight. You can also use a slip knot. Slip knot's very similar, right on top of left, right on top of left, but instead of just going behind, you go up and through. That's an actual knot. I like using the clove hitch personally, so we're going to stick with that. So for the clove hitch, you're going to take right on top of left to make a loop, 2 times, right on top of left. So you have 2 loops. Take your second loop, put it underneath your first loop, then you're going to take your rope and just slide that up through and tighten it. That's a clove hitch. So you have your clove hitch tied. You're going to do that about 8-10 inches down the rope. Then you're going to do what's called half hitching. So half hitch is just the same thing. You make a loop, and then you put the rope through it. Now it's really easy to tell if you do it the wrong way, because if you do it the wrong way, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to come undone. So you want to make that loop and go through the top of it. That way when you pull up, you have this, a half hitch. You're going to do a couple of those. The real important part of this is at the end. You want to have one as close to the end as you can get it. Just give that all a nice tug. That way when you pull the rope up, it'll all be in a nice line together. Now, when you're setting the rope up, the most important part of this is that last one at the end, because that's what's going to stop it from bending over. If you don't have that last half hitch, the rope is going to bend when it hits the pulley. When you're taking an element down, the really important part is the clove hitch, because if you have a lot of tail in the clove hitch, more than this, or if your clove hitch is loose, the pulley is going to bump into that, either get stuck or push it off, and it's going to drop your P cord and you have to do a gear rescue. So we have this all set up. You want to make sure the other end of your P cord is either tied to yourself on your harness, tied to a partner, tied to a stick, a branch, whatever, something that's not going to let it just fly up in the air. If that's not attached, when you pull on the rope to take it down, it's just going to go through with the rest of the rope and you're going to lose it. So that's how you do that, and now we're just going to pull it through. So, ready? So you can see our clove hitch at the end popped off, but since we were taking this down and not setting up, that wasn't really a problem. Now once you get to the end, you can just slide all these guys right off the end of the rope. They'll just pop off. Loosen the clove hitch a little bit to do that, get it past the tape. And you just take the end of your P cord, thank you, tie a nice little overhand in it so the 2 ends are connected. Neither one of them is going to be able to go anywhere. This is now just a big loop. You take that and you just tie it off to the tree.